Hey guys, Kickassreaction here, and we are back to continue on with more of Danganronpa 3, and we're getting there, you know. We have got 2 Despair episodes this time, both starting and ending, and in the middle we have a singular future episode, so we are going to rebalance the episode numbers in this one, which is going to be cool. And yeah, we're getting close, we're making some good progress here. So we're pretty much going to reach the halfway point in Despair this time around, which, you know, it's been good stuff. It's been good stuff in the first half of this arc, but we have obviously reached the point where we're starting to make the big moves. We have Junko Enoshima and Mukuro Ikusaba, the 2 Despair sisters, have made their way to Hope's Peak. The whole Class 78, the Trigger Happy Havoc cast members are now here. Like I said, I imagine we'll probably get cameos of all of the classmates in that arc, but or in that class. But obviously, Junko and Mukuro are going to be the big ones with actual screen time, with genuine effects. We're finally going to see the influence of Junko, how she really started her whole, you know, despair journey, her influence in Hope's Peak Academy, how she actually got in contact with the entirety of our Class 77, and how that whole, you know, fiasco begun. And it's going to be fun. I'm really excited to see this, obviously. Anything more with Junko is going to be really fun. Mukuro, obviously, is the biggest curiosity here, because she has by far the least amount of, like, screen time officially in Danganronpa. Obviously, the big thing has been, like, the supplemental material, which is, you know, Danganronpa 0, which has no official, like, English translation, and then Danganronpa If, which is an unlockable what-if scenario in Danganronpa 2. So really curious to see what we do with Mukuro and how we actually implement her in Junko's schemes. Obviously, that's going to be really fun. And yeah, that's going to be cool. The Izuru Kamakura project has officially begun now. So Hajime has started his, you know, his surgery to become the ultimate of Izuru Kamakura. And, you know, I don't think Hajime was in any of the previous episode aside from, like, the very ending. So, you know, how that goes on, you know, if he remembers anything of Chiaki, how Chiaki's going to react if she does eventually find out that Izuru Kamakura is Hajime, you know. That's going to be really fun. We don't know anything around the circumstance of Chiaki's death in this story, so I just hope it wasn't Izuru, let's say that much. That'd be crazy, though, if it was. And yeah, I'm really excited to get into this, obviously. We have more stuff in the future arc as well, which we'll go into, you know, when we get to that point. But yeah, Despair side's looking pretty good. We have the whole 6-month time skip now, so we have all the classes implemented that we know of. And it should be really cool. It should be really fun. I'm excited for this. So yeah, guys, let's begin. I'm excited and terrified, you know. 2, like, antagonistic forces from both sides at this point are coming in. Izuru, Junko, seeing how they mesh together, you know. Like, the only thing that's kind of decently okay right now is that Nagito's literally out of the picture for God knows how long. Oh boy, that's going to be terrifying when he comes back, though. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin this. Oh god. Bro just stands there, just upset every morning before going to the reserve course. Oh my god! Oh my god, why? So Kyosuke, it's almost like they're implying that Kyosuke was involved in this. Oh, he's already got the long hair. Interesting. Oh my god, deleted the personality. That is insane! I don't think you told him that his whole personality would go. You know? I don't think that was part of the contract. And just like that, in and out. Alright, just right off the bat, Izuru Kamakura is born. Oh dear me. Gotta say, you know, the design is sick. I love the long black hair. I love the red eyes. Like, Izuru Kamakura's design is pretty peak, honestly, for Danganronpa. But you know, we reached the point where he was just basically a phantom in Hope's Peak where no one even knew he existed. So, very curious to see what we get there. But we pretty much just started off with Hajime Hinata's death, you know? So, how that's going to relate to, you know, this class? Chiaki is still alive and well. Still waiting for Hajime at that same spot. Oh, God. Let's see how many times they clash in this. Oh, 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 oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Why? Why? Why are we getting filters? Why the color change? Oh dear. Is it because Junko's now here? Yeah, we're gonna get a lot more in Despair now. Ironically, Despair has been like way more hopeful than what Future has been so far. But yep. It's very interesting because based on like Danganronpa 2, it did seem like Hajime Hinata truly didn't exist at all. As Izu Kamakura was a thing. So again, implementing this character with seemingly no personality traits at all is going to be really interesting. Oh, and she's still waiting for him. Oh, that sucks. Similar hairdo, but not quite. Damn, she's like actually depressed. Yeah, I kind of wanted to see like Chisa and Hajime bond a little bit. There's just nothing. Deya, oh my god, dude, that's so sad. I can't tell if this is the same day or it's just like day after day. Oh, they literally never saw each other again after that. It's even worse when he literally did this for Chiaki and they never fucking said personality wipes were part of the contract. It's the weird thing, like, there's still an empty spot in that class. So, like, was he part of the class for just a little bit of time? Because Junko got to him somehow. Hello, my love. Ibuki, Miyoda. One of my loves in this show, or this franchise, but oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? There's not been nearly enough Ibuki in this show. Oh, that's what's hitting him? Like, you know? Oh my god. What? Shipping, gonna ship. No way, bro. Oh my god! Oh, you lucky bastard. It feels unnatural to see a non-lolly Hyoko. For real. It was a legit warning. It was actually for her benefit. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know where this is going, honestly, because the Izuru Kamakura project already happened. They literally were too late.
そのカードは明日朝6時を過ぎると無効化される。そこでゲームオーバーだ。大丈夫。わきまえてるから。実は評議員が一人行方をくらませやがってな。そのせいで警備もかなり厳重だ。
I'm curious if now we're going to implement Danganronpa 0 into this. Because quite a few Hope's Peak people died in that one. だったら行くしかないわ。命をかけても。俺の命もかかってんだよ。Nice. そうだね。ごめんね、坂倉くん。だけど、宗像くんの役に立ちたいの。彼の理想のため。
本当はそれもどう
Jesus
でもい
Christ,
い。
she wanted him
とに
badly.
かく宗像君の役に立てれば
Making this
私はいいの。
this poor guy go through all the trouble.
そこまで
Yeah.
あいつが好きなのか。
Holy crap! God damn, woman,
宗
calm
像
down.
君のためなら死んでもいいかな。私。
I mean, I think you both wanted him, but you know.
俺の命もお前に託す。成功させろよ。
坂倉君。
I wish we got to see a little more of the person that, you know, Chisa loved so much in Kyosuke. Because all we've gotten so far is, like, ultimate extremelist Kyosuke. But, you know, it is what it is.
俺のつけ入る隙はね。そんなの分かってたじゃねえか。
That's interesting. We're implying that he loved Kyosuke as well. Or Chisa. Or both.
さあ、ここ
It's all
が
valid in the end.
みんなが今日から学び、青春する場所になります。改めて、これからもよろしくね。はい、時に計らえ。
ああ、先生。
Fair. Why are there still so many fizzy drinks?
もうそろそ
Did he
ろ
stack
だとは
up?
聞いているんだけど、みんなも寂しいわよね。
Hey, come on, Ibuki, don't laugh.
私あいつ嫌い。なんかきしょいんだもん。そんなこと言わないの。
That is low-key sad. Like, none of them cared about him at all. Even when he wasn't, like, batshit crazy. Or wasn't
セレ
acting
モニー
like
があ
it.
るから、ちゃんと寝坊しないで来てね。
Alright. So what we got? Getting some Izuru now? Getting some investigation from Chisa?
かったりーな。余計な仕事が増えるだけでうまいもんも食えやしね。余りもんなら食えるかもしれないけど。
評議員が行方不明になったのに警備員は少ない。幸運といえば幸運だけど、なんか変ね。
You've come so close. You've even got the name Izuru Kamakura on the project, you know?
ここが評議員の。
Let's see what you get.
お邪魔します。
I wouldn't leave the door open.
全部調べてたら朝になりそう。
Ah, and no, no gloves? Just fingerprints everywhere? Come on, Chisa. I wouldn't risk none of that shit. I honestly do not remember names of who went away in Danganronpa 0, so I can't even check it. Whoa. Oh my god. Well, you know when that theme plays, it's oh my god, what is this kill? What the hell, Junko? What is this? You gonna boil him alive, give him a last dinner? You know? I mean, she ate it herself, so it's not poison. You'll oblige the Doom Man one last meal, won't you? Of course not.
日常で使うなんてことない道具で
It's so weird, it's playing right now.
残るってさ
Oh, did she drug him?
絶望的じゃない
Oh. I'm not even fully sure I get what that kill was. I mean, I get he couldn't blink, but like... I don't know what the effects of not blinking actually would be. Would that kill you? I mean, it'd probably take your sight away, but would it kill you? Oh my god, curry rice!
まさかね嘘
She's gonna find out it was Hajime, isn't she?
何これ人類の希望となる真の
Hajime's name is almost definitely in
希
that.
望を研究育成するプロジェクト被験者はこの世に存在するすべての才能を得得する 被験者自身の感覚、感情、
I bet they didn't tell him
思考
that.
などは破壊されるが、超高校級の希望を実現し、世界を救済するためには些細な問題である。研究はすでに実行に移され、被験者
It's crazy knowing she's this close in her investigation and that she lives past the despair arc.
人体実験じゃない。これほど大掛かりな実験を学園でやっているなんて。
It's Hajime Hinata. And of course, Junko knew right away. Yep.
ちょっと何その一仕事終えましたって顔。ブーツが汚れたらどうしてくれるのよ。
Although she just goes cutesy the minute Junko speaks.
純子ちゃん。たく。後で全員ちゃんと片しといてね。職務放棄で行方不明ってことでさ。
I'm a murderer, not a cleaner.
一人で当たり前じゃん。汚い仕事と力仕事はお姉ちゃんの役目でしょ。
She is very little more than a slave, honestly, the Junko. I bet she's not even getting one of those treats. Yeah, look at that. Face instantly back to business. Like, Mukuro's voice is way too cute for her profession.
これ網膜認証。カードじゃ開かないやつだ
Got a
よ。
lot of bodies here we can use.
大丈夫大丈夫。
あー
評議員のおじさんからもらってきたから。変更とかじゃないよ。
Waste the food?
こう見えても
That's what you
私
did with
身
it?
持ち硬い
Damn! Oh my god.
ここね。
That hair is insane. So he was confined the second he came in. Technically, he's also an ultimate despair if he has every known talent. Oh my god. Please tell me he took them both then and there. We've never seen Junko that giddy before for anyone.
カムクラプロジェクト評議員の連中め
Yeah.
デウス
Yeah.
エクスマキ
What
ナ
about
で
sums it
も
up?
作る気か
デウス何？
機械仕掛けの神自分たちにとって都合のいい希望だな
どうしよう京介。
この情報が外部に漏れた形跡はあるか
それは大丈夫だと思う。人体実験をしているなんてことが世間に知られたら、いくら希望が峰学園でも。
世間に知られるならまだいい超高校級の才能すべてを詰め込まれた怪物が
You'd be fucked.
人類に悪意を抱いたらどうなるあるいは悪意ある誰かに利用されたら
それは
希望は一転して絶望に裏返るそれも
Yeah, yeah, you pretty much got it down.
全世界。
すぐにそちらに向かうそれまで一層の注意を払え坂倉以外は生徒であっても信用するな以降カムクラの名を口にするのも厳禁だ
うん、わかった。
Oh, like a fat girl.
先輩大ファンなんです。
Bro, no, does not care. Right, who are you? Exactly. That's why she's excited and turned on.
そうだよね。もう超やばいよね、カムクラさん。そうじゃなくて。
Damn.
うっさい黙って
Oh
ろ
my
バカ
god,
デブス
she's a hella masochist.
でブス
Got like a lot of Mikon's personality in there.
カムクラ先輩はじめまして78期生の江ノ島純子です。前から先輩のこと気になってたんですよ。こんなくだらない場所に引きこもってるなんてカムクラ先輩に似合いませんよ。先輩だったら
Anything and
もう
everything.
なんでもできるじゃないですか。例えばいきなり死んでみんなを
Yeah.
全部
Damn!
殺すことだってさ
She didn't even get to move.
お前
Oh, that is insane. Dude, what? He actually... I did not think Mukuro could go down that quickly.
無意味です。
That dude, that is insane.
最低に絶望的じゃん今の私でもね、カムクライズル、絶望が必要なのは私だけじゃない、あんたもなのよ。
絶望。そんなものいくら論理的に考えても。
Who cares about logic, man?
超ウケる。じゃあ私が今ここにこうなっているのも論理で説明できるっていうの？
江ノ島純子、あなたは物事の先の先まで読める超分析力を持っていますね。それなのになぜ勝てないと分かっていてこんな真似を。
へえ、わからないんだ。
Yeah. When the two smartest people ever meet.
持ってるはずなのにね。
Definitely hot position though for Junko
絶望って未
and
知
for
なんだよ。
Yuzuru.
私は超分析力のせいで
Something he
世界に
can
退屈しきってた。
Yep, something he
みん
can
なが
relate
求める
to.
希望なんてただの予定調和だしね。でも絶望だけは違った。ワクワクドキドキ、ぐちゅぐちゅドロドロの絶望は未知の味がするんだよ。絶望だけが世界に混沌をもたらしてくれるの。一発の弾丸が世界大戦を引き起こしたみたいに、絶望には世界を混沌に変える力があるのよ。
And that might actually be curious to Izuru, someone who's so bored of the world as well.
私はすっごく絶望して興奮してる。こんな私をあんたは理解できるの？
But you're also this world's despair if you have every talent.
世界を救うかもしれない。でもね、希望の先には未知なんてこれっぽっちもないのよ。それじゃああんたは救われない。ねえ、こんな予定調和な世界はつまらないでしょ。だったらおいでよ。
先輩。
先輩。気づかれた。純子ちゃん、早く逃
The
げないと。
faces are just peak, absolutely peak.
すべてに退屈したカムクライズル。あんたを救えるのは絶望だけ。私だけよ。これは絶望的に運命的な出会いなのよ。
Well, that wasn't a killing blow, but still. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit. So what are these two gonna do?
アニメはまだ完成しないのか。でもようやく実験段階にはこぎつけたんだ。実験？形になったら話すよ。
No.
それよりもう病院はいいんじゃない？そうはいかない。
He
医
looks
者が
honestly
い
a
いと
little
言う
too
まで
much
通
like
うようにと
Chiaki.
積み木も言っていただろう。分かったよ。
Damn.
よかった。
She doesn't remember.
ここは学園の
Oh
病
my
院
god,
だよ。
wait, she doesn't remember.
怪我
Dude,
の
is
ことは
that how she became
ヒール
Ryuko?
でつまずい
Did
て
he literally...
階段から落ちたってことにしといたけど、あいつは
I was gonna say, if he knocked her down to being Ryuko, and then the whole Matsura thing started, that would be insane!
目が覚めたら伝えてほしいことがあります。待
So
っている。
she got to him.
私たちのことは学園
That
に
is
話
so
してない
cool
み
because
たい。
honestly, who could get to who could get to Izuku other than Junko, someone in the exact same position as him?
私はあの男あまり好きじゃないけど。はあ？この
Flat chested, eh?
ド貧乳変態女の好みなんて聞いてないんだけど。そういう意味じゃなくて、ダメだよ純子ちゃん。もう少し安全にしてた方がいいよ。平気平気。久しぶりにひどい目にあって。
Of course. You can never win any kind of argument with Junko and Ashima. It's literally impossible. Oh god. That's not even, like, that's just pure chance right there. That's not even like a calculated encounter. Whoa. Did she like sense his despair?
あんた誰？
What the hell?
見たら亮太ですけど
What the fuck? She can just feel something in him.
わかんないけど私が私に告げてんのよこれがもう一つの
Yep, literally. That one was just fate. That was not, like, calculated at all. Junko had no idea who he even is. And that's actually really cool because, unironically, like, Mitarai genuinely has the ability to, like, make or break the game. Making an anime that is full of hope, that is literally meant to bring hope to everyone, like... You can't let that happen, genuinely. You need to make something of despair, you know? Let's mess about with that animation and give it a little flair in the opposite direction, right? Oh, man. It's kind of ironic because the supposed main class of the anime is becoming less and less relevant as we go along. Yeah, they had, like, what? 2 scenes the whole episode? Chiaki an extra one, but you get the point. God. All this, and she hasn't even met fucking Nagito yet. Alright, after credit scene. No. Ooh, interesting. Alrighty guys, so that was the halfway point of the Despair arc in Hope Speak Academy. Don't know why I said it like that. Danganronpa 3, the anime. I don't know why I called it Hope Speak Academy. Yeah. You know, this is a pretty good one. Because this is pretty much our main introduction, finally, to Izuru Kamakura. This is, like, technically the first time we've seen him, because for as long as we've known about him, all the way back in Danganronpa 0, we haven't seen him do anything, you know? And so, this is really cool to see, because this is, like, this was such an aura-farming moment for Izuru, you know, because we've seen a lot of stuff, you know, and I think one of the big things about the questions when it comes to, like, talents in Hope Speak Academy is, you know, learning about Izuru and what he's like, especially at the end of DR2. How's he compared to others? You know, if he really does have every ultimate talent that currently exists, how's he compared to others, you know? And this episode pretty much, you know, revealed that tenfold, like, seriously. This is where I go into a little bit of spoilers here, because, well, I imagine, you know, a lot of Danganronpa fans have not watched the anime. I imagine a lot less have actually seen the novels, you know, Danganronpa 0, Danganronpa If, and those two stories really go into Mukuro a lot, and they go into just how much of a beast Mukuro is, and you know, a lot of the times, just spoilers, Mukuro pretty much gets compared to, like, a force of nature. She's so OP with her talent being the ultimate soldier, she is on that level. In Danganronpa 0, she straight up kills 8 ultimate characters, which are all the combined efforts to be the ultimate bodyguard. There are the Madurai brothers, which are all 8 of them are the ultimate bodyguard, and she kills them barehanded, 1v like 5 effortlessly, you know? And you really get you really just get the aura that Mukuro is, and just to come into this episode and see Mukuro, see you know, Izuru basically flick his hand and damn near knock her unconscious. Like the aura farming of this guy is genuinely just ridiculous, you know? But this is really cool. I really do like the talk between Junko and Izuru, because they are pretty much on the same wavelength, you know? They're pretty much, like, they're in the same mental space right now because of, like, their abilities, you know? This is kind of where, like, this is basically where we see that some ultimate talents do become a detriment to the users, because the ultimate analyst, which is what Junko is, can be a detriment, you know? Everything becomes predictable, everything becomes boring, because it's so easy to predict the future and predict patterns and whatnot, which is what we see from Junko and Izuru here, and they both have the mental block of everything in life now is just boring, and that's how easily Junko is able to click with Izuru, because off of this, she's the only one that understands him properly, and, you know, introduces him to Despair. And this is where we get, you know, the reasoning that Junko loves Despair so much is because it's chaotic in nature, it's illogical, it's unpredictable, it's something that as the ultimate analyst she can't properly predict easily, because there is no predictions that come from despair. You know, despair is an oxymoron in nature. People do things to go against their own nature, as we see with Junko. You know, she just goes against her own morals, which is not something you would analyze and, you know, predict someone to do, which is what is the beauty in Despair. And as we saw here, she was able to do it. She was able to click interest in Izuru and get him on her side. And, you know, as it said, you know, he's waiting now. He's waiting to see what Junko's gonna do, what she's gonna cook. And, you know, he's on board. He's on board to see what Junko has in mind, since he was able to, or she was able to catch his interest. And that's really cool. That is really fun to see. Definitely enjoying that. Our first taste of Izuru has been really cool. And obviously the future now, most likely is going to have a lot more focus on him and you know, Junko's plans, which is going to be really fun to see. But yeah, we're in an interesting spot, I'd say, for the Despair arc in general right now, because we're pretty much done with the story of Class 77. While I have obviously loved what we've gotten so far, you know, I love seeing the characters that we've seen. Again, we're going to get a lot more of them as we go into 2026, because we're literally getting a remaster of Danganronpa 2 with an additional story as long as the main game. Like, we're not done with them, which is so crazy to think about. But I have loved seeing them, you know, and just what I wanted to see from them, and just what I wanted to see with all of the Danganronpa characters playing the games is just them living their daily lives as friends. But we're at a point now where we're pretty much done with that, and we're really we're trying to kick into how this actually tumbles, how everyone becomes Despairs, how Junko gets her nails in everyone, and just what is the catalyst to click into everyone's heads. Now, I still do have theories about it. You know, I assume that what Junko essentially does do is reveal despair to all of the class by essentially killing Chiaki. And I think right now we do have a decent foundation for it. With Chiaki, you know, at the start of this, still looking for Hajime, waiting for Hajime, him seemingly just straight up disappearing entirely. It could be possible that, you know, Chiaki starts doing her own undercover work, you know, starts looking into Hope's Peak, potentially just trying to look for any kind of trace of where Hajime went. Ends up in some miracle, or, you know, perhaps the opposite, finding Izuru, and, like, somehow puts together that it's Hajime. And then that's probably how Junko gets the idea of, like, you know, this girl knows too much, she's gotta go, but also it might be a good idea to make her death a little public and reveal to the 77th class her, you know, her death, and bring them to despair in that way, you know? I don't want to suggest this too much, but I give it maybe, honestly, at this point, I give it maybe a 40% chance that, I hate saying it, that Izuru might have killed Chiaki, you know? Again, it kind of depends what Junko's game is, and if she might think that it might inject some despair in Izuru, because if she does find out that, you know, Izuru's real identity is Hajime, and she learns that Hajime had a big thing with Chiaki, if she thinks it might click some despair in Izuru that even he doesn't understand properly, that might be the case with Izuru killing her like that. Don't know. I give it some credibility, but I'm not too sure yet. But it's just a theory, you know, it's just a theory. We know we're going to kill Chiaki in some way, shape, or form, and although I don't want to think about it too much, we gotta reach that point somehow. We gotta reach our despair for all of us, you know, in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, that's going on. I don't even know what to make of, like, Junko finding a Mitarai at this point, because, like, yeah, he's just a character that we've only been introduced to in this anime, and I don't know. He's still alive. He was not converted into a despair because he's not in the class. But the fact that Junko's now met him and has realized that, like, our meeting was destiny, it was fate, you know? I honestly, I don't really have a prediction because I don't know what to make of that. Like, Junko, well, what we know of Junko very specifically only leaves, like, her own class out of, like, the Despair stuff to enact the killing game. But this guy is just an anomaly. He's just a separate piece. He's someone that Junko doesn't even know anything about yet. So, I don't know. I'm really curious to see where that's going to go. But yeah, the Despair arc right now very much seems to be like the focus has obviously shifted from the class itself to Junko, Mukuro, and Izuru. And I suspect we might get some stuff from Danganronpa 0 at this point, because we are really getting up there in the timeline now. I'm not sure how much of that they would fully adapt. I could see maybe an episode being the case for that, and we just see, you know, what Izuru's doing, you know, in that time, how obviously Mukuro and Matsuda, you know, how they play the game, since once again Mukuro was being Junko for about 90% of that story. But I'm just not sure what the end is, right? Like, I can make a lot of predictions, but the final episode of Despair is something I'm really curious to see how it goes. But I don't have a solid prediction yet for how I think it is gonna go. But yeah, you know, regardless of that, guys, we have an episode of Future in this set, and that is something I'm equally as excited for, because we literally got, like, the greatest cliffhanger you could get for the Future arc in the last one, which is pretty much all the collective pieces we've seen throughout the Danganronpa franchise at this point. Everyone we know of, outside, like, Kodako. Kodako's the one thing, because Kodako doesn't really have a place right now in the story, but Monica, obviously Kamaru and Toko, Byakuya, finally, you know, and surprisingly, the Despairs themselves, Izuru, Hinata, if you want to call him anything, or just Hajime Kamakura, like, I kind of like that one better. They're all, like, involved in the Future Foundation story now, and I'm really curious just how we go about this. Because, yeah, we're past the halfway point in this story right now as well, so I'm really excited to see this. The prediction is to take Monica down and, you know, also defeating Future Foundation, which is targeting the remnants, be it the 5 characters or all of the class members, you know. And I'm really excited for this. I'm really curious where we go with this. So, yeah, guys, I don't really even know what to say too much on this one, but let's get into this. This is probably the part in Danganronpa where the POV is going to be switching all over the place, because there's so many people in so many different locations right now that, I don't know, we could get a clusterfuck, or we could get some godly potato storytelling right now. So, yeah, guys, episode 7 of the Future arc in Danganronpa. Let's do it. The Warrior of Hope theme. Let's go. Oh my god. Former. Yep. Monica Toa. She still has a lot of Monokumas. What the hell? Why? Didn't we deal with that before? I wonder if we'll see Haiji in this. Because he's still alive. And he is like he is the brother of Monica. Yep. Was given the despair factor, that's sick. Yep. Yep, you got groomed good and hard by Junko. The second Junko Enoshima! Oh, if only you really did get trained by Nagito, that would be insane. Oh my god, sick! Monica! So yeah, presumably, we might get a whole episode just on, what's it called? On, Kamaru and Toko right now, because they are like the thwart to Monica. And obviously, just seeing their endgame in this as well is something I'm really curious about as well. Ironically, for the first time, this isn't really relevant. And then you get the most irrelevant character ever, which is Hiro. feels like they really had nothing to do with Hero. It might have been a mistake to give him one of the survival spots in Danganronpa. Because at least Hina had something to do. Just keep her alive and we're all good. All dead on that spot. Ten participants. Ultra despair goals! Ultra despair goals for a title is great! Oh my god! Wait, they really are alive! They really are alive! They really are all alive! And we know... Jesus, seeing Yatoro is crazy.
江ノ島純子の後継者になろうとしている。あいつはきっとまだ諦めてないんだ。もしモナカが何かやろうとしているなら。
So the Warriors of Hope really are in this. They really didn't kill anyone in Ultra Despair
あまりひどい
Girls.
ことはしないでくれないか。モナカちゃんは友達だったから。
Was. Keyword there.
分かってるよ。
Oh my god, with the hacking gun. Yep.
どいてどいて。
We're gonna see Genocide Jack. That is insane though, we actually got to see the remnants
私の名前は苗木小丸。
just doing whatever, just chilling in a hotel
絶
room.
望でもない。
Yeah. Ain't no ultimate!
平凡な女子高生だ。吹き飛べ！人類史上最大最悪の絶望的事件によって。
So great to see them again.
家族と
Oh,
離
they
れ離れ
changed
に
their
な
hair
ってしまう。
color in that.
壊れろ！つながれ！
So even after the game, they're still doing this daily.
そして今はこの東欧シティで友達のトウコちゃんと一緒に戦っている。
Yeah, let's go! About time we saw her again. The ultimate cheat code in that game. Genocide show. Interesting. Dekumaru.
てかモノクマに似てきた？太ってない。むしろ標準より軽めだけど。私はこの
Yeah, you are
ゲ
pretty
ームの
thin.
中の世界みたいな街で待っている。しびれろ！希望と絶望の争いを終わらせて、お兄ちゃんが迎えに来るのを待っているんだ。
Yep. Just kind of sitting idle by in this wreckage.
続きはウェブで。まだ続くよ。
Aw.
つうか、
That neck, what the
真
hell?
正面から突っ込んで死にたいのかしら。それなら手伝ってあげてもいいけど。
Oh, we know you would never stick your scissor in her.
まこっちゃんが心配なのは
Other
わ
things
かるけ
maybe,
ど
but
よ。
not your scissor.
あんま先走ってっと即ミンチだぞ。
Again, just so great to see that tongue
あん
again.
たみたいなモブ少女が死んだところでくしゃ
God damn it.
み。あれ？
じゃあ改めて出発しよ
I
う。
love it. She just adapts so easily whenever they
それにして
switch.
もこんなにモノクマが襲ってくるなんて。
Yeah, seriously, I
やっ
thought
ぱ
we were
り
done
戸
with
上さん
this.
の言ってたのは本当みたいだね。
この戦いは負けられないわ。白夜様に頼られるなんてめったにない
Maybe
ん
we,
だから。
we shouldn't have killed Big Bang Monokuma just yet.
私よ。白夜様
No. Oh my god, they're gonna do it. They're actually gonna do it again. Oh. Whoa!
形容する言葉が見つからない可憐さだ。
Those hella anime eyes, but what the hell?
可憐で
Seeing Toko in anything other than a school uniform just feels wrong.
逮捕したりしなかったり。
私をスキーに連れて行ってそして波の数だけだ
It's nice to finally see another fantasy of hers though.
おうおう
Why are they all carbon copies of Byakuya?
ゲニ
Like no traits.
そちらの特にどうということのない凡人は誰だった
Jesus
かな
Christ.
はいこちら私のお友達兼
I beg your damn pardon. Mini Kamaru!
小丸だよ
Oh, that's sick.
なるほど。この平凡
Even in our fantasies, Kamaru exists, and for Toko, that is actually sweet. Mini Kamaru! Like Mini Nekamaru.
19人目を戸上白夜はすでにビンビン物語だぞ。
子供の前なのにやれやれ私はお邪魔虫のようだね
I don't know how to feel about that.
どうかされましたか
Yeah, he just gotta chill.
いや、どこかの変態に身の程知らずな妄想を抱かれた気がしてな。
I don't know how to feel that in her fantasy involves doing it in front of her kids. That's a little more of one of her unhinged moments.
未来機関幹部を殺し合わせ、それを全世界に中継する。それが絶望の目的であると苗木も言っていた。だが各支部の報告では絶望の残党が活動している形跡は皆無。
Yeah, they're literally not doing anything.
事実として未来機関が殺し合いを強制する。
I love how his glasses just like disappear, his eyes.
全エージェントに次ぐ未来機関幹部たちは超危機的状況にあり、一刻の猶予もない。
Bit late for that.
お前たちの戦力を見せてみろ。アンゼルナ、俺がいる限り未来機関は敗北しない。
I'm not getting kidnapped again, trust me. I love how it's his name now. It's not the Tagami name because there literally isn't another Tagami in existence. He has to carry the whole name now, which is still fair, you know.
これで違ってたら嘘ってくらいにあの子の
Exactly, well hidden.
最悪のガキだと思ってたけど、こうして改めて見るとただのバカな気がしてきた。
Oh, she's no idiot. She's the next Junko.
よし、行こう、トウコちゃん。
いいわよ。行こうじゃないの。
Nice. Such a messed up way of switching, but it works. Gets the job done, you know. Bro, like Monica already lost to you once, so we're really gonna show her losing to them again? Like, bro, you had the chance to take her out at the end of the last game. There's no way you do it again. The fact she's actually spelled with a K in the Japanese version, oh my god. As if just calling her Monica for half the game wasn't enough. She literally is just Monica. Love the new look though. I haven't said that, but love the new look.
なんとか振り切ったね。
こんなにたくさんモノクマ相手にしたの久しぶりだったから。
Fair. It's been a while, huh?
臭いの？
Wow. Oh, not these again.
やっぱりまた何か始めようと
We
してる
already beat these things.
あのガキ、しばらくおとなしくしてたと思ったら。
Those boss fights
何
suck.
企んでんのよ。
お姉ちゃんたちいらっしゃい。
Long time no see.
嬉しいにゃ。
そうはもなか。
うぷぷん。愚かで庶民で平凡で希望でも絶望でもないお姉ちゃんたち。絶対絶望の美少女。東和もなかがみんなの希望を
That is a fair title, to be fair.
希望を壊す？
やっぱりあんたが黒幕ってわけね。
But what do you think was gonna happen? You let her live! You let her live!
この二代目江ノ島純子
Idiot!
東和もなかだけなのだ。
その髪型どこかで見たと思った。
モナカはね、あの人のおかげで
Alright, well, you're not on that level.
お兄ちゃんに手出しはさせない。
That face. What the hell? Why do they have faces? What are we doing? Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god!
さっきより多いかもね。
けどやる気はないわよ。
Yeah, this is a bit much. Aww. Aww. See, it's the weird thing, right? Where if they win this, it undermines Monika's threat. But if they don't, then they die.
はい、高三。
You
だから。
You what?
高三。
どういうこと？
I beg your pardon? What? And we are back. That was a time to get stopped, but whatever.
だから。
Yeah, what?
高三。
What do you mean you surrender? Even the Monokumas are looking at her like, bitch,
戦う
what?
気はないってこと？
戦ったら負けだと思ってる。
Really?
どうせ戦ったって。
Really?
最後には希望が勝っちゃうんだもん。
That's, bro, you've literally got the bear clips.
誰の希望なのかわかんないけど。だから。もうやめた。
No, self-destruct. What the hell? That's it? That wow. That's literally that's just it? For Monika? And then what? She's just gonna race out of the city?
何ここ？
What? What? Why are you becoming Chiaki? You really are becoming a gamer.
トウコちゃんに言われるなんてよっぽどだよ。
あんたは黙ってて。
Nice.
で、どういうこと？あんた二代目超高校級の絶望を目指してるんじゃなかったの？
いやいや、希望とか絶望とか黒歴史だからやめてってば。
喋んなさい。
What the hell?
知ってることを全部。
This is really how we're doing
だか
Monika?
らモナカは黒幕でも何でもありません。未来機関で殺し合っているゲームとは全く関係ないのです。は
Really?
あなたは何を企んでる
Even
の？
you don't know
まあ
anything.
強いて言うならロム線。
Just a lurker. Oh, a great
要する
term.
に傍観者ってことよ。
Yeah.
苗木誠って人
So, like, so that by default takes out Monami and the girl.
いまいちだったね。
あんたが月光が払って人を殺したんじゃないの？
Yeah, what about the real
はい
one?
はい。モナカがやりましたよ。
And that's it. You did.
ね
You killed her and that's it.
え、どうしたらそこまでそのダメな人間に。
You would know.
モナカはね、この間お兄ちゃんに大人にされ
That's
ちゃ
why
った
she
の。
doesn't want to do it because she's an adult.
あのお兄ちゃんが希望とか絶望とか
Oh
言
my
ってるのを
god.
見てるうちに、
Nagito.
ああはなりたくないかなって
That is actually so
だからもう
funny.
モナカは絶望に
He
なりたくないんだ
unironically
よ。
bored you with despair and hope.
お兄ちゃんたちを襲ってい
You
る
didn't
のは
want to turn into
は
Nagito.
あ、知らない。私が知ってるのは苗木誠お兄ちゃんのせいで
That's a beautiful
一
face.
緒に純子お兄
That's
ちゃ
a
んの
beautiful
殺し合いゲ
face.
ームを生き残った仲間が死んじゃうことくらいかな。
Really? One of
モ
them.
ナカはそれが誰かも知ってるけどめんどくさいので教えません。
So one of the three are going to die. I mean, that's pretty much the obvious conclusion to the anime, that we're at least gonna lose someone we love. But
そ
still,
うやって結局は絶望の味方するんじゃない？
味方になったつもりなんてないけど。
it's just weird hearing Monika speak normally.
だったらとっとと教えるクソガキ！私はミステリーは最後のページから読む派なんだよ。
Nice.
苗木誠がそんなに心配？
なわけねえだろ。
Yeah, no.
単に私が知りてえだけだ。
I don't give a shit about him, even if his little sister's my best friend.
このガキ終了！
ちょっと
God damn. Oh my god, of course. It's still Monokumas everywhere. Oh. Is this it? What? What the fuck? Is this really Monika's like end in Danganronpa? You already can't get down. You're already stuck. God, they really are the best of friends. Hell, don't use the T word against her. Yeah. You just know how to grind her. Even funnier when it's Jill that she's saying this to. Doesn't matter in the end, does it? I'm done with thinking forever. It's like low-key just a suicide hit from Monika. I mean, it genuinely might as well be because, you know, you're not going to survive in space. That was literally Mikan's execution. So we know that's not going to do anything. Oh, that's actually really cool. There's still a lot of momentum, though. That is such a bizarre ending for especially for an antagonist. Like, Monika did not die. I mean, she might have just killed herself, though. Aw.
あの子、本当に宇宙に行くのかな。
あいつ、何もしないことも絶望だって、いつ気づくのかしら。
Monika doesn't. She's not even gonna think about it.
賢いから、いつか気づくよ。きっと、ニートに飽きたら戻ってくるんじゃない？
How?
まあ、戻ってこなくてもいい
Like,
けどね。
like, unless we get like one episode that's like really in the future, I don't think we're ever gonna see Monika again. That's just that's just the girl done. Is she gonna self-destruct?
結構ヶ原さん。
大丈夫？お兄ちゃん。
え？
お兄ちゃんだよね。お兄ちゃんと喋っているこの私は偽物なの。びっくりだね。
え、何？
Yeah.
月光ヶ原さんって苗木の妹だったの？
You've been talking to a villain the whole time. Who else calls him master?
あ、映った。ヤッホーお兄ちゃん、見えてる？
困る。よかった、元気そうで。ちょっと待って。
Yeah, what the fuck? Explain.
そうそうお兄ちゃん、大変なことが分かったんだよ。あのね、お兄ちゃんのせいで誰かが死んじゃうかもしれないって。しかも死ぬのは希望が峰学園でお兄ちゃんと一緒に殺し合いゲームから生き残った人間が誰から死んだ。
ちょっと待って、話が見えないんだけど。
Basically, just confirming we're gonna kill a main character.
すぐに伝えなくっちゃと思って。
That
face! Holy crap! It's Monica we're talking about, though. Just Monica. Now, you know it's not going to be Hero because he's way too worthless. Yeah. Don't you fucking dare. Don't you no, 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 no. No, 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 no. We're not doing that, okay? We are not doing that. You know? I think we've had enough to spare in this anime, don't you? We can go about killing, you know, literally, you know, Kyoko, Kirigiri. That's fine. Like, I love Toko now, and I can't lie, I really love Toko and Jill, but probably still Kyoko over them. It's so, but at the same time, it's like, Ultra Despair Girls fucking boosted Toko up, like, by 11, so, I love both, you know? And as much as it would be funny, like, they're too pussy to actually kill Makoto himself off, you know, so I don't know. It is the one thing so far in the Danganronpa franchise we haven't had yet, which is actually killing off the protagonist. Well, I guess protagonist plus headmaster. Not headmaster, mastermind I meant. We haven't killed either the protagonist or the mastermind behind a killing game yet. But that's so insane, like, we're unironically done with Monica. Wow. That definitely was funny, that it's just straight up like she doesn't want to be anything like Nagito. That's such a Nagito thing to do. But at the same time, like, are you kidding me? Really? Three, two, one, and play. Alright guys, that was episode 7 of the Future Foundation arc in Jesus Christ, that's the second time I've done that today. In the Danganronpa 3 anime, which was the most dissociated with everything else we've done in the Future arc so far, because obviously complete POV change, we got nothing of the killing game whatsoever in this episode, but in a way it acted as like our final like epilogue, and ironic because we do have an epilogue in the game, but it acted as our final epilogue really in the sense of the story of Ultra Despair Girls, you know, with Monica finally disappearing, getting the updated status on the Warriors of Hope, how they pretty much seem to be working with Kamaru and Toko at this point. And yeah, mixed feelings honestly. I do, in ways I like this and I don't, because I feel like it really is just a bit of a random off-send to Monica as a character, which by this point, you know, given the amount of time we have left in the story, we really won't ever be seeing Monica Toa again. So I kind of don't like the idea that she just gave up in the end and just moved on. On the other hand, I think it does make a lot of sense, because realistically speaking, this does, in a way, make Monica kind of surpass Junko and Ashima as the next Despair, because, well, first off, it's like Narito indirectly saved her. Like, Narito unironically ended up saving Monica Toa from being a Despair and kind of reforming her in a way. But it's the sense of these hyper geniuses, you know, these super crazy smart analytical potatoes, which is obviously Izuru, Junko, and Monica. They end up getting bored so easily, and in the end, in a way, Monica did kind of surpass Junko in that regard, because Monica got so bored of the conflict, saw it as so unnecessary in the end, that she got more bored with this than Junko ever got with anything in her life, because Junko, you know, as much as she got bored of anything, she always stuck to the plan. She always stuck to the plan of ruining the world, leaving it in total chaos and despair past her death. But Monica got more bored than that, and she just kind of realized that, you know, in the end, like, the despair, like, honestly always loses, because hope always wins in the end anyway. And it's literally just a battle of, you know, either you know, Makoto's group beat me and their hope shines, or I beat them and my indirect hope for despair shines, you know? It's like, it always circles back to hope. As much as Junko wants to preach despair, she has hope in despair, you know, and regardless of who wins, hope always shines in the heart of the person that is on the side of the conflict, and Monica kind of realized that it doesn't matter in the end, because if I win, I'm also preaching my own hope to be better than Big Sis Junko, and it doesn't, you know, it means nothing. So it does in a way mean that Monica did kind of surpass Junko in that regard, and pretty much just reached such a level of consciousness and a level of hope and despair that she just didn't want to bother anymore. She literally doesn't want to think anymore about anything, and literally just goes to space to spend the rest of her life as a NEET. That's it, just in her room, you know, dumping everything, no takeout of the rubbish or anything, just playing on a PSP knockoff, you know, to be a NEET for the rest of time. That is pretty funny to think about. And it is really funny for an end to Monica, and it does, in a way, it does reflect what Haiji went through, because Haiji, in the end, also gave no care anymore for hope or despair. Whereas Monica just kind of, like, gave up and just decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna live my life however I want it. Haiji just kind of broke mentally and just lost all his power. He gave no care to anything anymore, and he just kind of lived as, like, just a shell, pretty much, you know, a walking corpse, if you will, of his person. And we actually didn't see Haiji in this episode, which was interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of Monica Toa, where she pretty much was just like, fuck it, you know, I'm not the end protagonist. She did confirm that she did kill the wheelchair girl, which is interesting, but we don't learn anything about how she did that, how she infiltrated Future Foundation to begin with, or anything. And it's just like, yeah, she's done. Like, literally, it's done. So in a way, Monica is like the big villain, because she's the one villain that really did get away in the end, that, you know, no one really caught, was never really given justice or anything. She really did just leave indirectly, you know, once she realized that Nagito indirectly turned her into an adult, she was like, fuck it. And yeah, I guess in the end, it's like Monica's like the one villain in the show that, the show, I can actually say that really just came out on top, because she just got away with everything in the end and didn't care. Now, again, it depends if we have a big time jump in the like the final episode of the anime, but I really don't think we'll ever see Monica Toa again, which is unfortunate. It also, obviously, the big question was, like, is Monica, like, the big bad? You know, with the mastermind completely unknown to us due to how many new characters are in this story, like, how much control did Monica have of everything? And in the end, it's like, none. She doesn't know who the mastermind is. She knows that someone will die, and she knows who will die. Is set to die in this storyline, but she doesn't know who directly is pulling the strings, which is interesting. But yeah, that is literally the end of Monica Toa. I do love her character, you know. I know Ultra Despair Girls is like the very loose, like, you know, weird gap case in the Danganronpa franchise, but I did like it. I liked Monica as a character, as a story. I don't know if we'll see much of this at all again. I feel like this really is the end of the Toa City, like, Ultra Despair Girls storyline in Danganronpa. So, you know, Kamaru, Toko, they're probably done for now until, like, the very end, where we see Naegi come and get them. The Hope of Despair, or the Warriors of Hope potatoes, I doubt we'll ever see them again, which is unfortunate. But yeah, this really did feel like the end of the storyline in Ultra Despair Girls, and it shuts the page on that chapter. And, you know, for an ending, it's kind of a mixed bag for me. I feel like I like kind of the story we're telling with Monica, but the fact she did just give up and leave, and, like, that's it for Monica Toa, a bit unfortunate, you know. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. But yeah, guys, let's just continue on. We are now finally evening up the we're resyncing the episode count in both animes at this point, with episode 7 of Despair. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so episode 7 of Despair. Let's go. Oh boy, what are we gonna do now? Oh, we're just jumping right at this point.
僕は超高校級のアニメーターって
Animator.
あれおかしいな。
Oh, she sounds like damn. That's it.
私ってアニメなんかに興味ないんだ
No!
けどな。
No! Come on! Nothing? Not one?
はい。
アニメは立派な文化なんだよ。
出た。
Muka already wants to kill him.
バカなアニオ
Otaku's red face! Yeah, that's fair. But she's interested in how passionate he is for it. That's fair. That's actually interesting, because that's a talent that Junko cannot see a value in right now. So she's just going to have him explain it to her. Oh god, did he make her a weeb too? Did he convert her? The end. You just showed an anime that's meant to convert everyone to hope, and you showed that to the ultimate despair. You've watched a lot of anime, huh? What? No! What? What? No! What the fuck, bro? Dude, he like traumatized her. That's like a superpower. I beat even the bullet. Are you kidding me? No. What? Oh my god. Is she getting wet? Oh my god, great assets. Nice to show it as well. Junko is definitely a character that catches your attention without any of these techniques. Brainwashing technique. Go back. Go back. Oh wow. The brainwashing techniques. You've just given Junko like the most disgusting that face! That smile! Oh my god! That's the smile of the devil! A smile that would make the devil blush. Oh no. She's gonna use anime to fuck up the world? Dude, the smile she got there. That's actually low-key really cool because, as we saw, that was genuinely something that even an analyst like Junko did not understand. Like, anime, how can that do anything? And then, bro just came in, taught Junko everything about it, and now she's like, oh fuck, yes, I can use this in like a million billion ways to fuck up everything. That's kind of funny, we're actually teaching Junko some skills. You've just doomed the world, man. In your quest for hope, you just fucked it up. We still need to get her actually meeting the class, though. As in a roundabout way, like, Mitara is not even part of the class. Yep, I do like this alteration. It's like the despair intro now with the color changes. And Chiaki's always the same because Chiaki never changed. Jesus Christ! Skyscraper. Did he really bring a bear to class? He really brought a bear to class. Man, this school is kind of lenient on shit. Unironically, yeah. I would be shitting myself. Even with Gundam in the room. Wow. How do you even fit through the door? For real. I'm still not used to the design of Hyoko, but I'm not against it. We haven't actually seen Kamada, yeah. He hasn't even seen Hyoko. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. So that didn't... I swear, yeah. So this is the shot of like the free time event, because I think it's been a while for me, but I think, yeah, Nagito said in DR2 that he is like super ultra rich because all like his whole family died in a plane crash except for him, and he inherited everything. I just assumed that had happened by the time we start this, but that hadn't even happened yet. So he's literally just stranded, just lost his family and survived. Oh, that's so fucking dark for Nagito. Holy crap. Damn, the thing that didn't happen yet is insane. Also, bare cheeks, goddamn. Bro is actually like incredibly filled out. How are you gonna get back? So that's why she thinks he's dead. The bear's gonna whack him, right? Oh. Even the bear. Stop. Stop. Oh my god, the two biggest pervs. Yep, karmic retribution indeed. Really? You couldn't have brought anything else? Even a snake, man. Oh my god, you really would think there'd a point with this shot. Dude, actually like intrusive as hell to Mikan. Just such a weird secret the two of them need to keep. Like, Mikan being in on the whole ultimate imposter thing is just not something I predicted. Hi. What is that? A Blu-ray? Oh no. Oh, they're gonna they're gonna take her to Junko, isn't she? Oh my god. It would make sense for Mikan to be converted first, honestly. Mukuro.
それだけじゃねえ。評議員がやたらにてめえらの護衛を強化しろって騒いでてよ。
それってあのプロジェクトに関係が？
I guess yeah, Izuru could be killing them too, actually.
クソったれの隠蔽体質のせいで実態は全くわかんねえ。ただ水面下でヤバいことが起こってんのは間違いねえ。これ以上首を突っ込むとお前も。
覚悟の上よ。
バカか。何かあったら。
言わなかったっけ？
We know he's like into Kyosuke, but it doesn't mean he doesn't love you too in a different way.
仕事に市場持ち込むんじゃねえよ。
You are a squad after all. You are a trio.
まあな。
その。
何マジになってんだよ。冗談だ。
びっくりさせないでよ。もう。
I wonder if like the final ED or OP of the anime is gonna be like this anime that he makes. Ooh.
人も来ないし機材も最高水準。おかげさまで快適だよ。
She set him up in like the ultimate gaming room.
直々に譲ってもらった施設なのよ。気に入ってもらえて当然よね。
Bringing him soda and everything.
頼まれた通り部屋から残った荷物を取ってきたんだけど。 この子、知り合い
She tied her up with the mouse! And the keyboard.
ああ、なんだ。やっぱり知り合いなのね。
Oh my god. Now Mikan's in the same room as Junko. This is terrifying. Jesus Christ, those tits are massive.
ここでアニメを作ってて。
Oh no. Oh, that smile does not stop.
私こういうの弱いんです。会えてよかったですね。どなたですか？
The mushrooms.
御手洗君のアニメ仲間です。よし、感動の再会記念に御手洗君のアニメをみんなで見ましょう。失われた青春は取り戻すのよ。
Lost youths, you say? I guess, yeah, Mikon is her senior. This is just like, this is the incomplete version. This is the... Whoa!
この時純子ちゃんは超分析力を使用し
That's what it looks like to
あらゆる
analyze?
情報を瞬時に
Will you fuck off?
それは純子ちゃんの真骨頂。お姉ちゃん息臭。
Damn.
な
And
る
me,
ほどね。
oh man, and Mikon hears that too.
6時50分。うっそ、いっけない。もうそんな時間？つうかマジで息臭すぎ。殺し。じゃ、御手洗君、あとはこれマウスパッドにするなり抱き枕にするなり好きにしちゃって。じゃ。
What? Just use Mikon however you want to get your work done, bro. I don't care. Like, alright, we're back. Twice in one video is sus, but whatevs. And the man that is... I mean, you can't blame him for being bored, man. He's in a fucking room. He's not even got an iPad or a phone. Like, what do you expect him to do? No wonder he turned on you.
デートしましょう。
No one's gonna say no to that. Oh, no one at all. Of course, a day involves literally killing everyone. Ever. Wow.
こんなところに何があるというんですか。
私の一番大
I
切
love
な
how
もの
Junko is just unironically a fangirl of him.
鎌倉先輩に見てもらいたくて。そのため
She
に
would.
私
She would birth his
準備のお忙
kids.
しであんまり寝れなくて。何言ってんの？これじゃ先
Wow,
輩
wow, 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 wow!
ここで絶望の素晴らしさを見せてあげる。
In the old building. Oh my god. Oh wow. Just a whole nother class.
おい、お前ら、あんなものを送りつけて脅しのつもりか。
あの映像本物なの？こんな夜中にありえない。
なんで僕たちが。
生徒会の皆さん、今からあなたたちには殺し合いをしてもらいます。
Ah, the student council.
何言ってんのよあんた。頭おかしいんじゃないの？
飲まれるな。我々生徒会がここで動揺したら、
Is that
こ
Matsuda?
いつらの思うツボだ。
Yeah. We're serious about that.
あなたたちの選べる選択肢は2つ。私の言う通りに殺し合
Or
う
I'll
か、
kill you.
私に殺されるか。
Yeah. God damn.
江ノ島純子ちゃんね。
What? Mukuro's just the observer?
普段なあんたらのためにいいもの持ってきたよ。
それは。
今のあんたらに一番必要なものだよ。
Weapons? Items of mass destruction?
これに
Or motivation? Ah, the greatest tool of all.
いろんな意味で激王もダメ押しの動機の塊。
Yep. The first ever motivation for the killing
どうし
game.
ちゃおうか。
Just the prototype killing game. Oh my god, a chainsaw. That couldn't be fun.
なんなのこれ。
落ち着くんだ。殺し合いなんて馬鹿げてる。僕らは希望が峰学園の生徒会だ。
そうだよ。私たちは仲間じゃん。
Exactly.
仲間同士で殺し合い
That's why you were picked, because you're friends.
希望が峰学園の象
Just don't go let them look at the
生
secrets
徒会
either.
同士の殺し合い。こんなの面白くなるに決まってるわ。じゃあ、はい。
Give me wings.
翼をください。
Ugh!
3、はい。
Oh my god, you're just having Mukuro sing! Oh dear. Let's go, Mukuro! It's not the worst idea. Yep. It's gonna be a pool of blood, man, of lovely pink cherryade. Oh. Family beats friendship. Jesus, this girl just went off the deep end, big time. Yep. And it's the case of not even getting weapons to kill, but just to defend yourselves. But then bro just breaks her neck. No, much worse. He actually unironically refused to... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It actually was worse, he just used you as camouflage. This song is so good! The dreams I dreamed in childhood. Yes, Monokuma! And she's still singing! Wow. I mean, what do you expect a shovel to do against a spear? But then there was one who lived that, like, actually became so traumatized at just Junko's name. Wow. Was that Izuru who did that? No. Couldn't even give them the satisfaction of going in their own terms. Oh my god, that is crazy! Just making them a kebab! Holy shit! It is unsurprising though, honestly. Fuck the chainsaw, man. Whatever, do not use the chainsaw. Yep. And we'll see the final survivor. The lone survivor left. Eventually you'll die too. Ugh. He's not part of the game.
あなたでは僕には勝てません。
Bro can't even cut his hair. Oh my god! He fell into his own chainsaw. You were warned, you know? You were warned! That's really your fault. Oh my god, you're kidding me. How the hell decapitated him. Damn, he made him bleed. Even Izuru didn't predict that.
どう？興奮した？
A whole class
こ
gone,
んなもんじゃないよ。
wiped out
絶
in
望
mere
の
minutes.
素晴らしさは。こ
That's
れから
GG.
もっと退屈しないよ。
That's a great shot. That is a peak fucking shot.
はい、もしもし。
Yeah, whole class is dead.
くれぐれも生徒たちにはさせられないようにね。
話はまだ終わっていません。
やはりそうなったか。
上はこの剣を完全にもみ消すつもりです。
だが学園のことを思うならそれが最善の策でもある。
ですが、
ただでさえ鎌倉プロジェクトは非人道的な行いだ。
Yep.
この事件が公になれば希望が峰学園は終わるだろう。
So just
学園存続のためには隠
swept
蔽
it
以外の
under
道
the
はない。
rug. Just
それでも
said
私は
no, said goodbye
私
to it.
はすでに引退した身だ。できる限りのことはしてみるが、あとは学園長が決めるといい。
何のための
You created a monster and it only just now clicked for you.
冷静なのがお前のいいところだよ。
I mean, you know, who would have thought just leaving the ultimate beast ever? Oh, that's really cool. Just leaving him isolated in a room, like, for eternity,
娘を
like, would be a bad idea, you know? Who would have thought that?
仕方ねえな。
Bro, not what he meant. Look at him.
やるわけないだろ。
I don't think she's yours to give, you know? Don't really think she intends on giving you that honor. She does love her sweets.
希望が峰学園の腐りきった実態を他でもない被害者の皆さんに告発します。
希望が峰学園
は
秘密裏に人体実験を行っています。その費用はあなたたち予備学科生の学費。
Oh my god, and she just let the whole
予備
thing
学科
out.
はその実験の資金調達のために開設されたのです。
You just
こ
making
れだ
it
けでも
public.
許されざる事実ですが、学園の腐敗はこれにとどまりません。今晩旧校舎で殺人事件が発生しました。被害者は希望が峰学園の象徴。
One of my favorite themes, honestly.
13人の生徒。犯人は人体実験の被験者です。
Really? Wait,
学
what?
園はこの事件を隠蔽することを決めました。すべては己の保身のため。実験の失敗をひた隠すた
We're
め。
just out in that too?
あなたたちの学費は得体の知れない人体実験に費やさ
I
れ、
thought...
その実験のせいで13もの
I
尊
don't
い
know
命が
about
失
that.
わ
I
れ
don't
まし
think...
た。
Yeah, Izuru wasn't
あ
common
なたたち
knowledge.
は着せずして人殺しの片棒を担がされていたのです。さあ、パレードの始まりよ。
The parade begins, you say. Yep, and this is kind of where we get closer into Danganronpa 0, because now we get the outburst from the reserve course.
つーか、なんなんだよあれ。
積み木も。
Damn. Aw. Just wondering, just where are you, Hajime? The biggest, most atrocious incident in Hope Speak school's history. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. That was great. We got like the discovery theme in that one, which was really cool. So yeah, we pretty much have just kind of gotten rid of the cast now for Class 77, as we're really getting into more of just the stuff that eventually leads into Danganronpa 0. All of this craziness, you know. What's it? Junko now kind of bringing Mitarai into the front of the operation by, I guess, using an anime to, I guess, further spread despair in some way. If he's able to make an anime that is capable of bringing such hope to people, then Junko obviously gets the idea that we can, in some way, you know, while manipulating things, if we can convert him into a despair, we can use an anime to turn into despair itself, and it's game over. Or straight up, you know, Junko just herself learns enough about Mitarai to just recreate the entire project with her analytical abilities, and then just remake it into a despair one. So that's pretty interesting. It's also isolating Mikan right now as well, who obviously still want to see a bit of stuff going on there with how the hell she became the literal like craziest yandere of all time for Junko and Ashima. Getting that interaction in this episode was incredible. That introduction, I should say. That's pretty hot. I can't lie. But yeah, we got the massacre, which was a big part of Danganronpa 0, which has now led into the whole rioting and, you know, the outrage of the reserve corps, which is really interesting, which we did also get in that one. The only thing that seems a little finicky right now is confirming the existence of Izuru. Now, we don't know if she actually showed Izuru Kamakura in this, because in Danganronpa 0, it's pretty much still a myth if the guy even exists or not. Like, Kyoko, Jim was having Kyoko look into Izuru's existence to begin with, which, you know, might have been a cover-up, might have not, because obviously in the anime, he does know about Izuru. He pretty much co-signed onto the project to begin with, you know, so he knows about that. And I think in Danganronpa 2, it was said that Kyoko actually wasn't even sure if Izuru existed. So I'm gonna assume that you know, she didn't actually show any footage of Izuru, and it was just, you know, left seeds of doubt in people's minds, and just started the rumor to begin with about Izuru Kamakura that started all of this. But yeah, you know, this is still going crazy right now. Junko's pretty much made a big move. We haven't seen anything too much yet, but I am curious if we are going to bring Kyoko into the story in some way to have a look and inevitably fail at finding Izuru Kamakura, since we are showing a little bit more of her now. As we show Gin off, we are seeing more of Kyoko. Obviously, we're seeing the familiar photos we have of her in Danganronpa 1. We got obviously the the ID photo that she had for a file. We know that Kyoko even came to Hope Speak Academy to begin with the intent of cutting all ties to Gin, at least in terms of a familial relationship. She's still like a detective and will still work for him, but not in a familial sense anyway. But yeah, so I'm curious if we'll get Kyoko involved in this in any way, shape, or form. But now we're really starting to see how Junko was just tearing Hope Speak apart from the inside out, using the Reserve Corps students to really make it a big hit to Hope Speak's reputation. As even Tengen said, you know, if shit gets out of what they've done just from Izuru alone, they're pretty much done for. So we're really starting to get the seeds that Junko inspired from them to actually turn things into the tragedy, which is really cool. But yeah, this was really fun. Like I said, we actually got to see the massacre of the student council, which is really interesting. Izuru like indirectly getting involved when he really didn't want to. It was literally, this whole thing was just started to bring new perspective to Izuru, to really show off what makes Junko someone who thinks so much like him, to bring her true passion. And, you know, in the end, it does seem like it actually happened, as, you know, Izuru was on her side. He started the whole thing. He brought the Neo-World program, you know, virus to Jabberwock Island, and, you know, she won. So we'll definitely see what's going to come of that in the future. But yeah, like I said, this was still a really fun episode. Next time we're doing episodes 8 and 8 respectively. I believe it is in the order of Future and then Despair. So I believe going forward now, we will be in sync on the episode counts, as it was messing me up a little bit as we went along, just what order we were doing this in. But yeah, it's 8 and 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, and then, yeah, okay, so we're pretty much in sync going forward. But yeah, guys, I'm just loving seeing Junko, obviously. She is the beast, she is the monster of this entire franchise, and we're really starting to see just how she's winning this now, you know, so this is really fun. And now we're getting, you know, the main cast we've seen, the Class 77, it's becoming dangerous for them to even be around the school, considering the outrage of the reserve course. So I'm really curious to see how we go further into this. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed, and I shall see you next time.